You're not going to believe this, but that's Jamarcus Purley, former staffer for California Senator Dianne Feinstein, doing what we have probably all dreamed of doing in our boss's office after getting fired. But Jamarcus says he has a reason for his antics. He says Dianne Feinstein fired him because he complained about racism in the office and by fellow staffers. So yes, in the video, he's smoking a joint while dancing and singing at Senator Dianne Feinstein's desk in the Capitol building. You can watch it on Instagram. This is part of a bigger movement called Dear White Staffers, an Instagram account exposing racism and terrible working environments on Capitol Hill. Joining us now, Jamarcus Purley, former staffer for Senator Feinstein, Pablo Manriquez, who first reported on the Dear White Staffer movement for Latino rebels. Jamarcus, start with you. You told Dear White Staffers and others that the senator cares more about her dog than black people. The first time I met Senator Feinstein, there were two black dudes in the meeting. She called me the other black guy's name. She called me his name. We look nothing alike. We are two different shades. He wears a beard. Are you sure that's racism, or is she just old and forgot your name?
Right. Hey, first, thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
One thing I want to say about your last guest, she's clearly misinformed, and he needs to read a book about how American imperialism...
Jamarcus, I'm not going all the way back to a previous segment. We had you on to talk about this.
Okay, I'm sure. I'm just letting you know that the media is racist.
Jamarcus, I got about 2 minutes.
So I just want to offer that.
Okay.
Okay. All right,
so now answer the question.
So repeat the question.
Right. Jamarcus, thank you very much. Pablo, to you. You've got a staffer sitting here saying that you have racism in a senator's office. If this was Ted Cruz's office, do you think things would be being handled differently?
I think that more people would cover it for sure. I think if it was a white staffer that was complaining about grievances, more people would cover it also. I think that one of the reasons why Dear White Staffers has become such a phenomenon on Capitol Hill is because it is such a toxic work environment that has, begotten a marketplace of grievances that it's become. One of the interesting things about the Dear White Staffers Instagram account is that the admin, whoever it is of the Instagram account, is the only person who actually knows who is submitting these tips, like who is submitting these different, horror stories that we keep reading in it every day, day in and day out. So they actually have journalistically, they're not journalists, they're not a news outlet, but in some sense they are spilling the tea, and they know who is actually sending them the information. So it's a really powerful mechanism, and they were actually the people that tipped me off to Jamarcus's situation in Feinstein's office when he tried to promote an Instagram post of his firing to tell his side of the story, and Instagram blocked the post. Instagram blocked the promotion.
Yeah, Pablo, you've done a lot of reporting in Washington. Latino Rebels is one of our favorite sites, especially when it comes to issues of immigration. Is there a danger in having an Instagram account that can put out any type of accusation, whether it's founded or not, whether it's been vetted or not? You yourself said these aren't journalists putting this out. This is just people who say this is what happened.
I think that one of the things that, yes, there is a danger, especially if the tips are coming from other anonymous accounts, which we don't know exactly where the tips are coming from. But because it's Instagram and the tips are presumably coming from Instagram, then the person or persons who is running Dear White Staffers can actually see in the Instagram account, who is it that sent it to them. So if they get a tip that says, Congressman so-and-so is doing something awful, they can actually Google the person's name and look through the person's feed and things like that and vet the information.
Hey, Jamarcus, I'm going to give you one more chance if you'd like to answer the question I asked.
One more chance. I need a question that's not far-fetched.
Okay, very simple. How are we supposed to believe somebody who's making really serious accusations that they're of sound judgment when, in response to being fired, they eat shrooms and walk into a senator's office and smoke a joint?
Fair point. Well, I would say that these are only accusations if you never actually talked to a black person about what it's like to work in the white space.
All right, fair enough. We got to go on that. We'll leave Jamarcus's video up as we head to break. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.